I was just saying, we've mocked Tottenham and their self-proclaimed status as a Super League club, but they're not one of the biggest clubs in Europe. They're not one of the biggest clubs in England. In fact, if you look at that team today, Harry Kane clearly wasn't fit. If you take him out, if you take Son out, Gareth Bale's going back to Real Madrid. That is a mid-table team. The goalkeeper had a good game today, Hugo Lloris, but I think he's got flaws. Dyer, you were saying Darren Ambrose is a constant worry for you. Alderweireld looks like he's past his best. I think Højbjerg's done well to a point, probably been their best player this season. But I said right at the start of the season, he's
ahead of Harry Kane.
Well, he's up there. But I said right at the start of the season, he's not the type of player that's going to take you in the top four, and so it's proven. You look at the list of potential managerial replacements. I mean, Nuno Espirito Santo, who at the moment is doing his best to get fired by Wolves, is quite high in the betting. You've got Maurizio Sarri, who was a disaster at Chelsea, is second or third favourite. Scott Parker's about to relegate Fulham. He's 10-1 with the bookmakers. You're just not going to attract a world-class manager because you aren't a world-class club apart from the stadium.
Yeah, listen, I totally agree with that. And listen, I can see Jackie, Manchester City fan, she's on the line, and we will get to her shortly, but it's going to be interesting to speak to someone who's actually at the game. Andy's a Spurs fan. He's called in. Andy, thanks for calling in. How was it, first and foremost, being back in the stadiums, the atmosphere? Obviously, disappointing result.
Yeah, hello, mate. Yeah, it was great to be back, to be fair. Bit of a strange atmosphere, but end of the day, it's so great to be back to proper football, singing, and being with your mates again. You know, it's great. Yeah.
What did you make of what I was just saying about whether Tottenham can attract a world-class manager?
No, I don't think we can, mate. To be fair, it's our structure. It's our actual structure. I'm not being funny, but it starts at the top. I'm just tired. I've been a season ticket over 35 years. I'm just tired of our owners, mate. I'm sick and tired of hearing about how fantastic our stadium is. Well, we're going to start singing, "We've got more seats than you." You know, I'm just tired of it, and it's become boring. And I'm just, you know, I go to Tottenham now thinking I don't expect to win any games ever anymore. It's that and I've got so many Spurs groups saying we move on to the next game and everything else. I just think people are deluded. I really do.
Andy, are you disappointed with the way the players actually played today? And obviously with the fans first time being allowed back in, they didn't really show much spirit and look like they even wanted to win the game.
No, well, we had one shot on target. That says it all.
Yeah, agreed.
One shot. You know, I thought Toby had a good game, to be fair. I thought Hugo had a good game. But
Hugo was brilliant.
You know, I've been to 9 semi-finals in recent years. I've been 9 FA Cup semi-finals and lost a lot. I'm just become...
Maybe don't go, Andy, next time.
It's just become like, you know, I used to get disappointed and get upset. I've become no longer upset anymore because I expect not to win.
Yeah, listen.
And that's not the Tottenham way, you know. It's so frustrating, especially when most of my mates are Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans. It's frustrating.
Come on, Darren Ambrose, come out fighting. When we were having this conversation outside, you were telling me all the reasons why Tottenham could attract a world-class manager.
Yeah, look...
In fact, what you said was Jose Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho
was a world-class manager.
They attracted.
But that was a desperate situation for both, wasn't it? Jose needed a club. Daniel Levy wanted someone to win a trophy. It was a marriage made in heaven.
Yeah,
really.
I agree and I accept that.
You know, when you're in your sort of late 20s, early 30s, you haven't got married, you sort of have a pact, don't you, with your female best friend. If I'm not married by the time I'm 40, we'll marry each other. That was what Jose Mourinho and Daniel Levy agreed.
Yeah.
Why did you get rid of manager a week before? Whether you like him or not, why would you get rid of a manager a week before a final?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. It's a Levy factor. Down to money again. Because if we won, Levy would have had to pay out more money again.
Yeah. Listen, Andy, that is a great point, and you was making a good point.
Yeah, I totally agree that Mourinho's a world-class manager. We know that. It didn't work out for Tottenham.
He was a world-class manager. It was.
For me, it wasn't all Jose Mourinho's fault. Absolutely. You only work with the players you have. I just think whether people like to admit it or not, Tottenham are classed as an elite club for some reason. Look, I'm a Spurs fan and I don't class us as an elite club, but for some reason, and I know the reason, it's financially. I know he said, do you want us to sing, we've got more seats than you? Look, they've built a fantastic stadium for that very reason to be accepted into the European Super League is obvious now. They are the 9th richest, I believe, club in world football at the moment. So whether people like to admit it or not, they're a big club, and money talks with managers, absolutely, as it does with players. So I do think they could attract, with the right contract, a big manager,
Who?
a Julian Nagelsmann or someone like that.
He's not going to Tottenham over Bayern Munich.
And look, he's not a massive manager, not a massive elite manager at the moment, but I do think they could attract a manager like that. I really do. And the names you've mentioned, I think would be good managers. But
Would you take Scott Parker at Tottenham?
No, I
You'd
wouldn't.
take Maurizio Sarri at Tottenham?
I'd take Nuno.
After this season?
Yeah, I would. I think he would get more out of the players than
He's not getting much out of the Wolves players at the moment.
Look, you can only deal with the players you have at the moment. And look, he's been left with a lot of injuries. Their main man, Jimenez, been out most of the season with a terrible injury. I think he would do a fantastic job. I just think Tottenham could attract one of these big managers with enough money that they clearly offer for managers.